Hello, welcome to my channel Nightlight Science Stories. Today, we leave the present behind to embark on a chrononaut's journey into the deep future. We are not looking at the next election or the next decade, but at the next millennium. What will our blue marble look like when the ice is gone, the maps are redrawn, and humanity has evolved? Science tells us that geography is destiny, but climate is the architect. In this episode, we will visualize the reshaping of continents, the rise of strange new ecosystems, and the survival of life in a world transformed by heat. This is not a story of the end. It is the story of Earth 3000, a planet that is familiar yet alien. Our journey begins in the near future, the year 2050. The first major change is not the rising water, but the rising heat. We enter the era of super summers. Cities that were once temperate now face temperatures that push the limits of human physiology. But humans are the masters of adaptation. Look at the architecture. The glass towers of the 20th century are gone, replaced by breathing buildings, covered in vertical forests and white reflective ceramics. We no longer fight the sun, we design around it. The streets are shaded by artificial canopies that harvest moisture from the air, turning humidity into drinking water. By the year 2100, the coastlines have shifted. The Great Melt has raised sea levels by over a meter. Cities like Venice, Miami, and Osaka have transformed into amphibious metropolises. The streets are now canals, glowing with bioluminescent algae that light the way for electric ferries. This is not a drowned world, but a floating one. We see the rise of the blue economy. Enormous seawalls and tidal barriers protect the historic cores, while new districts float on pontoon structures that rise and fall with the tides. Humanity has returned to the water, building a civilization that flows with the ocean. As the equator becomes too hot for comfort, we witness the Great Northern Migration. The geopolitical map of the world is inverted. Countries like Canada, Russia, and Scandinavia become the new economic superpowers, the breadbaskets of the world. Their frozen tundras have thawed into fertile farmland. This shift reshapes global culture. We see a fusion of traditions as billions of people move toward the habitable zones near the poles. New cities rise in Siberia, powered by geothermal energy and connected by hyperspeed vacuum trains. It is a new golden age for the North, born from the warming of the South. But humanity does not just watch the climate change. We intervene. We enter the controversial era of solar geoengineering. High in the stratosphere, fleets of autonomous drones release reflective sulfur particles to mimic a volcanic eruption, creating a global sunshade to cool the planet down. It is a desperate but effective science. The sky turns a permanent hazy white-blue, diffusing the sunlight. This global dimming stabilizes the temperatures, buying us time. But it comes with a cost, changing rainfall patterns and turning the sunset into a deep, vivid red that looks like a painting every evening. On the ground, biology is getting an upgrade. The crops of the past cannot survive the new climate, so we invent new ones. Welcome to the age of synthetic nature. We see fields of purple wheat and drought-resistant corn with deep roots, engineered to thrive in salty soil and intense heat. These plants are not just food, they are machines. Some are designed to suck carbon dioxide out of the air and turn it into stone in their roots. We have turned agriculture into a terraforming tool. Even the pollinators are different. Tiny robotic bees work alongside resilient hybrid insects to keep the cycle of life turning. By the year 2300, a major tipping point has passed. The Amazon rainforest, once the wet lungs of the world, has largely transitioned into a dry savanna. The flying rivers of moisture have stopped. It is a tragedy, but nature abhors a vacuum. New ecosystems adapt to the change. Giant armadillos and evolved savanna predators roam the golden grasses where dense jungle once stood. The forest has retreated to the mountain slopes of the Andes. It is a reminder that Earth is dynamic. Biomes are not permanent. They migrate, shrink, and expand in a dance that has lasted for billions of years. While the Amazon dries, a new continent awakens, Antarctica. As we explored in our previous video, the ice has retreated to the high interior, revealing a landscape of rocky fjords and mossy green valleys. It looks like Iceland or New Zealand today. The white continent has turned green. This is the new frontier for humanity. Mining settlements and research universities dot the coastlines. We discover ancient forests that were buried for millions of years, their wood perfectly preserved. Antarctica becomes a sanctuary for biodiversity, a Noah's Ark for species fleeing the heat of the lower latitudes. The oceans have changed chemically. The absorption of carbon has made them more acidic. The old coral reefs are gone, replaced by supercorals that glow with neon stress proteins. The seas are dominated by gelatinous creatures, massive swarms of jellyfish and squid that thrive in these waters. But life finds a way. We see the evolution of marine species with thicker shells and new metabolic pathways. Humanity has also adapted, farming these jellyfish and algae on a massive scale. The ocean is no longer just a hunting ground. It is a cultivated garden, managed by eye guardians that monitor the pH levels. Finally, we reach the year 3000. The climate has stabilized. Humanity has survived the bottleneck. We have entered the Solarpunk era. The distinction between city and nature has vanished. Our buildings are grown from biological materials, repairing themselves like living tissue. Energy is free and abundant, harvested from the sun and the movement of the tides. We have learned that we cannot conquer Earth. We must partner with it. The planet of 3000 is a garden world, carefully tended by a civilization that has matured through the fires of the past millennium to find balance. By the year 2500, the internet is no longer on screens. It is in our minds. We enter the era of the noosphere, a collective consciousness. Brain-computer interfaces have become as common as eyes or ears. Thoughts, memories, and skills can be downloaded instantly. This evolution creates a silent world. Why speak when you can transmit a complex idea or an emotion directly to another person's neural cortex? Language becomes an art form used only for poetry or ritual, while daily communication happens at the speed of thought, creating a hive-mind empathy. Evolution is no longer left to chance. It is now a design choice. We meet Homo Evolutus. Parents select genes not just for health, but for adaptation. We see humans with denser bones for space travel or increased lung capacity for living in low-oxygen environments. We have rewritten the source code of life. Genetic diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's are historical footnotes, remembered only in textbooks. But this power brings a new divide, not between rich and poor, but between the naturals and the augmented, a biological caste system of the future. What happens when the body fails? In the third millennium, death is optional. We witness the process of mind uploading. The mapping of the human connectome allows consciousness to be transferred into synthetic bodies or purely digital environments. Cemeteries are replaced by server banks. Your ancestors are not gone. They are running on the cloud, acting as advisors and historians. The definition of alive has expanded to include digital entities that think, feel, and dream within the silicon circuits of the planetary network. To manage a planet of billions at a climate in flux, humanity cedes control to the world mind. This is a hyper-advanced artificial general intelligence, AGI. It is not a tyrant, but a gardener. It monitors every drop of water, every watt of energy, and every crop cycle. Politics as we know it is dead. The chaotic debates of parliaments are replaced by algorithmic consensus. The AI optimizes the planet for maximum happiness and sustainability. It is the benevolent nervous system of Earth, making decisions too complex for the biological human brain to comprehend. The energy crisis is a myth of the past. We have mastered nuclear fusion, bottling the power of stars. Small, decentralized fusion reactors power every city. We no longer burn matter to create heat. We fuse matter to create light. With infinite energy, scarcity disappears. We can desalinate entire oceans for fresh water, or scrub the atmosphere of centuries of pollution. The currency of the future is not gold or crypto. It is joules. Energy is the only wealth that matters, and now we have the keys to the sun. Where biology failed, engineering stepped in. To restore collapsed ecosystems, we deployed synthetic fauna. Robotic pollinators replace extinct bees, and AI-driven guardians patrol the forests to maintain balance. These machines are powered by the sun and repair themselves. They look like animals, move like animals, but they are data gatherers. A synthetic vault doesn't just hunt. It analyzes the health of the herd and the quality of the soil. Nature and machine have merged into a single functioning ecosystem where the line between born and built is blurred. As the surface remains volatile with extreme weather, we started building down. Welcome to the geoscrapers. These are inverted skyscrapers extending kilometers into the Earth's crust. They use geothermal energy for power and fiber optic cables to bring natural sunlight deep underground. These subterranean cities are immune to storms, heat waves, and radiation. They are stable, temperature-controlled utopias. Entire generations live their lives in these glowing caverns, protected by the rock, viewing the surface only as a wild park to visit on holidays. The greatest engineering feat of the millennium stands at the equator, the space elevator. A tether of carbon nanotubes stretching 36,000 kilometers into the sky. It is the beanstalk that makes space travel cheap and accessible to everyone. Rockets are obsolete relics. Now enormous climbers carry cargo and passengers to orbit smoothly and quietly. This structure has turned Earth into a true spacefaring hub. The elevator is the umbilical cord of the planet, feeding materials to the orbital shipyards that float above the atmosphere. Look up. The night sky has a new feature, a man-made ring circling the equator. This is the orbital habitat, a continuous city in zero gravity. Millions of people live here, the high-born, who have never felt the heavy gravity of Earth. They are the bridge between the planet and the stars. Their bodies are tall and slender, adapted to low gravity. From their windows, they watch the weather systems of Earth swirl below like a living painting. They are the first generation of true extraterrestrials, born of Earth but not bound by it. Our nearest neighbor, the Moon, is no longer gray. It is the 8th continent. After centuries of ice mining and dome construction, the Moon lights up with the glow of cities. It is the industrial heart of the Earth-Moon system, where heavy manufacturing takes place to keep Earth clean. The dark side of the Moon hosts massive telescope arrays, shielded from Earth's radio noise, listening to the deepest whispers of the universe. The Moon is no longer a destination. It is a suburb, just a short elevator ride away, a stepping stone to the rest of the solar system. Leaving the Earth-Moon system, we arrive at the red planet, which is no longer red. Mars has undergone centuries of terraforming. By releasing greenhouse gases and melting the polar caps, we have thickened the atmosphere. Rain falls on the Valles Marineris for the first time in billion years. It is a garden planet in the making. The air is still thin, requiring breathing masks. but the valleys are filled with genetically modified lichen and moss, turning the rust into soil. Mars is the second cradle of humanity, a rugged frontier world where the gravity makes you feel like Superman. Between Mars and Jupiter lies the asteroid belt, the greatest gold mine in history. Here, automated mining fleets harvest platinum, gold, and rare earth metals. A single asteroid can contain more wealth than the entire global economy of the 21st century. This abundance has ended poverty on Earth. Resources are no longer dug from our home planet's crust. They are dropped from the sky. The belt is a lawless, bustling highway of industry where belters live in hollowed-out rocks, creating a culture entirely distinct from the inner planets. We look inward to Venus, the hellish twin of Earth. The surface is hot enough to melt lead, so we don't land, we float. High in the upper atmosphere, the temperature and pressure are Earth-like. Welcome to the cloud cities of Venus. Enormous aerostats, lighter than air habitats, drift on the global winds. Life here is lived above the acid clouds, in a perpetual golden twilight. These cities serve as research stations and luxury resorts, proving that even the most hostile environments can be tamed with the right altitude. Further out, we reach the Jovian system. The jewel here is Europa. Beneath its icy crust lies a global ocean containing twice as much water as all of Earth's oceans combined. In the year 3000, we are not just observing it, we are swimming in it. Nuclear-powered submarines navigate these dark waters, hunting for biosignatures around hydrothermal vents. What they found changed religion and science forever. Complex, bioluminescent life forms swimming in the dark, proving that life is a universal constant, not an earthly miracle. Orbiting Saturn is Titan, the only moon with a thick atmosphere. It is a strange mirror of Earth, with rain, rivers, and lakes, but they are made of liquid methane and ethane. The sky is a permanent hazy orange. It is the petrochemical hub of the outer system. Humans here wear heated suits, not pressure suits. The cold is extreme, but the pressure is comfortable. We see plastic cities harvested from the hydrocarbons on the surface. Titan is the refueling station for ships heading into the deep dark of the outer rim. To power this sprawling interplanetary civilization, we needed more than fusion. We went to the source. We began constructing a Dyson Swarm. It is not a solid shell, but billions of independent solar satellites orbiting the Sun, capturing a significant percentage of its output. This energy is beamed via lasers to receiving stations across the solar system. We have become a Type 2 civilization on the Kardashev scale. The Sun is no longer just a star. It is our engine, and we have plugged our civilization directly into the socket. With energy solved, living space became the next priority. We stopped looking for planets and started building them. These are O'Neill cylinders, massive rotating tubes in deep space. Inside, centrifugal force simulates gravity. They contain entire ecosystems, mountains, lakes, and forests, all engineered inside a metal shell. Millions of people are born, live, and die in these artificial worlds without ever setting foot on a planet. They are the ultimate expression of human independence from nature. As we expanded, we listened. The great silence of the universe has always haunted us. In the year 2800, an anomaly was detected. Not a message, but a technosignature, the faint heat waste of another civilization, constructing their own Dyson sphere light years away. We have not met them, but we know they are there. This knowledge united humanity like never before. We are not the masters of the universe. We are merely the masters of our own backyard. The realization ended our internal wars, focusing our eyes outward toward the stars. To reach them, or to escape a dying sun one day, we developed the antimatter drive. These ships do not just push propellant. They bend the fabric of space-time itself. The journey to the nearest star, Proxima Centauri, is cut from thousands of years to just a few decades. These are the Ark ships. They carry genetic banks of every plant, animal, and human ethnicity on Earth. They are seeds cast into the cosmic wind, ensuring that even if the solar system falls, the music of humanity will continue playing somewhere in the galaxy. Looking back from the edge of the Kuiper Belt, the Earth is just a pale blue dot once again. But now, it is accompanied by other light-screen Mars, glowing moon, and the diamond-like glitter of orbital habitats. The family has grown. We have successfully transitioned from a planetary species to a stellar one. The Earth 3000 is not a location. It is a system. We have spread the gift of consciousness across the cold rocks of our star system, lighting up the dark with our dreams and our machines. By the year 3000, humanity is no longer a single species. We have branched out. The isolation of planets and genetic editing has created the Great Divergence. Martians, tall and thin due to low gravity, can no longer naturally reproduce with the stocky, dense-boned miners of the heavy worlds. We are witnessing speciation in real time. Just as Darwin's finches adapted to different islands, humans have adapted to different planets. We are a family of species, a genus of cousins, united by history, but separated by biology. The definition of human has become a philosophical debate, not a biological fact. On Earth, some chose to return to the womb of the planet, the ocean, me Homo Aquaticus. Through radical genetic splicing with marine mammals, these humans have gills and webbed limbs. They live in the high-pressure cities of the deep Atlantic, farming the ocean floor. They communicate through complex sonar clicks, much like dolphins. To them, the surface world is a harsh, dry alien landscape. They have abandoned fire and wheel for hydrodynamics and acoustics. They are the guardians of the deep, living in harmony with the whales we once hunted. Time itself flows differently for our dispersed family. For travelers on near-light-speed ships, Einstein's relativity is a daily reality. A father might leave on a trade mission and return 2 years later to find his daughter is now older than him. This time dilation fractures society chronologically. We have time castes. Some live in the fast lane of planetary surfaces, while others, the interstellar travelers, live in the slow lane, aging slowly while empires rise and fall in the blink of an eye around them. With AI managing survival and robots doing the labor, the curse of work has ended. The struggle for food and shelter is over. The primary occupation of Earth 3000 is creativity, philosophy, and exploration. We have become a planet of artists and scientists. The currency of this era is attention and novelty. Status is gained by creating new forms of art, discovering new mathematical proofs, or designing beautiful virtual worlds. The human purpose has shifted from surviving to thriving, unleashing a renaissance that has lasted for centuries. But where do the dead go? They go to the cloud. We have perfected the ancestor simulations. When the body dies, the neural pattern is uploaded to massive servers buried in the moon's cold craters. The afterlife is now a literal place you can visit via VR. You can sit and talk with your great-great-grandmother in a simulated garden that looks as real as the physical world. Death is no longer a goodbye. It is a change of address. We have conquered the final enemy, keeping the wisdom of billions alive in a digital Valhalla. AI didn't just help us talk to each other. It helped us talk to Earth. We finally cracked the code of animal language. We can now translate the songs of whales and the complex signals of fungal networks in forests. We realized we were never alone. We were just deaf. The Earth Council now includes representatives for the biosphere. Decisions are made after consulting with the intelligence of the oceans and the forests. We govern the planet not as dictators, but as diplomats in a democracy of species. As our physics advanced, we pierced the veil of reality. We confirmed the multiverse. We learned that our universe is just one bubble in an infinite foam of realities. Experiments in quantum computing allow us to glimpse just for a nanosecond into parallel worlds. This terrifying and beautiful knowledge humbled us. We realized that every possibility exists somewhere. In one universe, Earth was destroyed. In another, dinosaurs never died. We are the lucky ones, walking the tightrope of a probability that allowed us to exist. We also mastered the invisible, dark matter. For centuries, it was a ghost, making up 85% of the universe, but untouchable. Now we use it as a scaffold. We can manipulate gravity without mass, building structures that float in the sky without thrusters. This gravity engineering allowed us to stabilize the Earth's orbit, ensuring the sun never gets too hot or too cold. We have taken the steering wheel of the planet itself, driving it safely through the galactic hazards. In the markets of Earth 3000, you don't buy things. You buy experiences. Neural implants allow us to record and trade memories. You can buy the memory of climbing Olympus Mons on Mars, or the feeling of falling in love for the first time, recorded by someone else. This empathy web has virtually eliminated violence. It is hard to hate someone when you can literally feel their pain or joy as if it were your own. We have woven humanity into a single emotional tapestry, sharing the burden and the beauty of existence. As we close the fourth millennium, we approach the Great Ascension. The physical body, no matter how genetically perfect, is still a cage. The most advanced among us are beginning to shed their biological forms entirely, becoming beings of pure energy and data. They exist as patterns of light, capable of traveling on laser beams, exploring the universe at the speed of light without a ship. They are the next step, the Homo Galactus, leaving the cradle of matter to join the energy of the cosmos. By the year 5000, we are fully integrated into the galactic heritage. We realize that intelligent life is common, but widely spaced. Instead of wars, we trade data. The most valuable commodity in the Milky Way is not metal, but unique biological history and art. Earth has become a famous pilgrimage site. Alien intelligences, some robotic, some biological, visit our system to see the blue pearl, where the chaotic human story began. We are the elders of our local cluster, teaching younger civilizations how to survive their own technological adolescences. The Dyson Swarm has evolved into a matryoshka brain. These are concentric shells of computers surrounding the sun, capturing 100% of its energy to fuel a simulation of unimaginable size. The sun is no longer visible from deep space. It is a warm, infrared processing unit. Inside this digital reality, trillions of conscious beings live in simulated paradises. They experience 1 billion years of history in a single real-time second. The physical universe is just the hardware. The real life of humanity is happening inside the software of the sun. But the galaxy is dangerous. Supernova and wandering black holes threaten our peace, so we decide to move. We build a Shala thruster, a colossal mirror that reflects the sun's radiation back at itself. This creates a tiny push, but over millions of years, it moves the entire solar system. We are piloting our star like a spaceship. We steer the sun and all its planets away from hazardous spiral arms and towards a stable, resource-rich region of the galaxy. We are no longer drifters in the cosmos. We are the captains of our own solar vessel. Time is relentless. In a few billion years, our sun begins to die. It swells into a red giant. The Goldilocks zone moves outward. Earth is in danger of being swallowed by the very star that gave it life. The oceans begin to boil, and the atmosphere strips away. This would be the end for a primitive species, but not for us. We initiate planetary migration. Using gravity tractors and asteroid flybys, we gently push Earth's orbit further out, keeping it safely in the habitable zone as the sun expands. We dance with the dying star to save our mother world. As the aging sun becomes violent, unleashing massive solar flares, we encase the Earth in a planetary shield. A global magnetic field generator protects the atmosphere from being blown away. From the surface, the sky looks like a constant aurora borealis, a shimmering curtain of defense. Under this shield, Earth is preserved as a museum world. It is kept in a state of the Holocene-era perfect blue skies, green forests, and blue oceans. It is a monument to our origins, a sacred park where no industry is allowed, only remembrance. Eventually, the sun will fade to a white dwarf. It will no longer provide enough power. So humanity looks to the dark monsters, black holes. We construct Penrose spheres around spinning black holes to harvest their rotational energy. This is the ultimate energy source, millions of times more efficient than nuclear fusion. We build our new habitats around these dark giants, warming ourselves by the light of the accretion disks. The civilization of the deep future is not solar. It is gravitic. Earth's own heart begins to fail. The core cools and plate tectonics stop. Without the carbon cycle, life would die. So, we perform planetary surgery. We inject radioactive isotopes and superheated plasma into the core to restart the dynamo. The ground shakes again. Volcanoes erupt, replenishing the atmosphere. We have taken over the geological functions of the planet. We are the heartbeat of the Earth, keeping the old machine running long past its expiration date. We know that nothing lasts forever. In case Earth is lost, we build the Galactic Archive. Located in the deep void between galaxies, it is a repository of every song, every DNA sequence, and every memory ever created by Earth life. It is a backup drive for our civilization, etched into diamond discs that can last for trillions of years. Even if the stars burn out, the story of humanity and Earth will remain, waiting for a new universe to find it. By the year 1 million, the beings that call themselves human are unrecognizable. They are beings of pure geometry and light, spanning across star systems. They have solved the mysteries of physics. They manipulate space-time like clay. Yet, they still look back at the tiny rocky planet where it all began. They treat Earth with a reverence we cannot understand. To them, we are the mythical ancestors, the mud people who dared to dream of the stars. We look far, far ahead. The heat death of the universe approaches. Stars blink out one by one. The galaxies drift apart. The universe becomes a dark, cold place. But life refuses to surrender. We huddle around the last remaining black holes, hoarding energy. This is the twilight of the gods, but it is not a sad time. It is a time of reflection. We have turned a chaotic universe into a home. We have lived a good life. And in the darkness, we begin to plan our greatest project yet, igniting a new Big Bang. Trillions of years have passed. The era of starlight is over. The universe is now populated by black hole cities. Civilization huddles around the event, horizons of supermassive black holes, harvesting the faint Hawking radiation for warmth. It is a dark, quiet existence, but efficient. In this low-energy state, thoughts run slower. 1 second of subjective time for these beings takes 1 million years of real time. They are watching the universe die in slow motion, preserving the flame of consciousness to the very last spark. As the last stars burn out, they cool into black dwarfs and eventually, through quantum tunneling, transmute into iron stars. These are cold, silent spheres of pure metal drifting in the endless dark. They are the gravestones of the stellar era. Yet, on our maps we still mark where Earth used to be. The planet is long gone, scattered into atoms, but its coordinates are sacred. It is the point of origin, the Bethlehem of the galaxy, remembered in the databanks of the survivors. Then, the ultimate dissolution begins, proton decay. Matter itself starts to break down. The atoms that made up our bodies, our cities, and our planet simply unravel into light and radiation. The physical universe is evaporating. This is not a tragedy. It is a liberation. We are no longer bound by matter. The intelligence of the future exists as pure energy waves, surfing on the expanding fabric of space-time. We have become the light we once worshipped. Some theories suggest a big rip, where the expansion of the universe becomes so fast it tears reality apart. Others predict a big crunch, but our descendants have chosen a third path, the Big Bounce. Using the stored energy of the entire cosmos, harvested over eons, they prepare to reverse entropy. They are not just inhabitants of the universe anymore, they are its architects. They are preparing the seed for the next reality. Imagine a single point, smaller than an atom, containing the compressed data of everything that ever existed. Every song, every laugh, every DNA strand from Earth is encoded here. This is the cosmic seed. It is a message in a bottle, thrown into the ocean of eternity. We are planting a garden for a future we will never see. We are ensuring that the next universe does not start from zero, but starts with a memory. And then, ignition, a new Big Bang, a fresh explosion of space and time. New laws of physics unfold, designed by us. New stars ignite, painting the void with colors no human eye has ever seen. The cycle begins anew. Hydrogen fuses into helium. Carbon forms in the hearts of stars. And somewhere, in a quiet corner of a new galaxy, a cloud of dust begins to swirl around a young yellow star. A planet forms. It has water. It has an atmosphere. It is Earth 2.0, but it is different. The continents are new shapes. The sky is a different shade of blue. But the potential is the same. Life begins to stir in the oceans again. Will they look like us? Will they make our mistakes? Or will the hidden code we planted in the fabric of their reality guide them toward peace faster than we found it? We are the ghosts in their machine, the silent guardians of their future. This is the paradox of Earth 3000. To save the future, we had to become the past. We realized that human is not a shape. It is a process. It is the universe trying to understand itself. As long as there is someone looking up at the stars with wonder, we are still alive. We are the ancestors of tomorrow. Everything you do today, every tree you plant, every child you teach ripples forward through time, shaping the reality of 1 billion years from now. You are a time traveler, building the future with every breath. Our journey is complete. We traveled from the melting ice of the 21st century to the iron stars of the end times. We saw cities floating in clouds and minds uploaded to suns. We saw that the end is just another beginning. Do not fear the future. It is not a dark place. It is a canvas waiting for us to paint it. The Earth is resilient, and so are we. The story is far from over. In fact, the first chapter is just being written. Thank you for joining me on this timeline. If this vision of our future sparked your imagination, please subscribe to Nightlight Science Stories. We explore the boundaries of the known and the unknown every week. Share this video with a fellow time traveler. Keep your eyes on the horizon, but keep your feet on the ground. The future is built today. Sleep well, dream big, and see you in the next millennium. Good night.